Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we're back with another video. In this video, we're gonna talk about Cardi B celebrating another legal victory against Tasha K. Now, as you guys can remember, Cardi B had won $4 million in a defamation lawsuit against Tasha K back in 2022, which led to a verdict of around $4 million. Now, both parties, they had since then previously struck a settlement that lowered the debt to about $1.2 million through a payment structure payment after Tasha K declared bankruptcy. Now, a non-disparagement clause in the agreement forbade Tasha K from mentioning Cardi B, her husband at the time, Offset, and if Cardi B should have been dating anyone or moved on from the marriage, Tasha K was not allowed to speak to anyone Cardi B was dating. So Offset was covered in that, and Stefan Diggs is also covered in that. However, Tasha K basically made ongoing remarks that have shown a history of disobeying the court's jurisdiction and the settlement agreement, leading to the court imposing extra sanctions and legal fees on Tasha K. Yes, guys, I kid you not. Now, also, she is to remove any content that was initially prohibited by the agreement. So she has a total of 5 posts that violate such agreement that she now has to remove from her Instagram page. Honey, even Tasha K's attorney was sanctioned. So Tasha K's attorney will now have to pay 10% of Cardi B's legal fees, and Tasha K has to pay all Cardi B legal fees. So basically, what they're saying is that Tasha K cannot talk about Cardi B and Cardi B's affiliate. Anything tying Cardi B, anything that's tied to Cardi B, that is, Tasha K cannot speak about that. So it may sound like, oh my God, it is a lot that Tasha K cannot talk about. If you're looking at it that way, it can seem like a lot, but it's definitely not a lot, because while Cardi B, networks with a lot of people, and even though it is saying who Cardi B is affiliated with, there are people who Cardi B is affiliated with that Tasha K would be able to still talk about. But on the surface, it says affiliated with, but there's a finer print to that, okay? Now, Cardi B's lawyer says that they documented more than 24 violations of the non-disparagement clause after the agreement was confirmed. The filing describes what it calls relentless course of conduct, which they're saying Tasha K basically used thinly coded references, scantily veiled commentary, and strategic provocation aimed at, Cardi B. That is what she was serving to her audience, which is more than 1 million followers. Some of the posts referred to and made reference to Offset. Others touch on her alleged rivalry with Nicki Minaj. The lawyer is saying that they warned Tasha K when she made these posts. And not just Tasha K. Her attorney was warned multiple times. However, what Cardi B's attorney is saying is that evidently warning Tasha K did not work, because after they warned her a couple of times about the multiple offenses and posts that she made about Stefan Diggs and Offset, even less than an hour after that, Tasha K went back to doing the same thing. The same thing. They're saying that Tasha K made multiple times in the past week alone, including less than an hour before Cardi B's legal team filed the motion. She was allegedly still doing it while the paperwork to stop her was being printed. So they were saying that Tasha K was actively being a nemesis to Cardi B. No, she stated that she intends to resume her attacks on Cardi B. According to Cardi B's attorney, they're saying, Tasha K is saying, once her debt is fully paid off, she is going to continue her attacks, and not privately, not in a sealed deposition, but on her platform, and it is on record. Yes, they're saying she told the world that she's only stopping temporarily, not because she was wrong, not because a juror said what she published was defamatory, invasive, and intentionally distressing, but because she currently owes money. So the implication is clear. What is basically what they're saying. Once the bill is settled, the content machine restarts. No, they're saying Tasha K has no remorse for her action. And that is a business plan with a countdown timer. So, Cardi B's team put it bluntly in filing, debtor still believes that she is above the law, consequences, and is invulnerable. They're asking the judge to impose economically painful sanctions, penalties harsh enough that violating the deal costs more than the content earns. No. Listen. Tasha K is very creative. She is very creative, and no matter what they throw Tasha K's way, Tasha K is going to get a few things in there. And if she doesn't get a few things in there, she's going to get someone to get a few things in there, right? No, what they're also saying is that the federal jury already said that what Tasha published was false. The jury held her liable for defamation, invasion of privacy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. The appeal court upheld the verdict, and the bankruptcy court structured the repayment. So that is regarding to the initial finding. The also amount of money that Tasha K was supposed to pay Cardi B. No, if you guys remember, it was reduced, but now Cardi B is saying Tasha K should pay the full amount, and as such, Tasha K will have to pay Cardi B the full amount. So, honey, it's another win for Cardi B, and it's another loss for Tasha K. But I honestly believe that Tasha K has no remorse in her actions, and I also honestly believe that we haven't seen or heard the last of Tasha K taking jabs at Cardi B, Offset, nor Stefan Diggs. No, as it relates to Offset, many critics are asking, why it is that Cardi B is protecting Offset. Well, Cardi B is protecting Offset because Offset is the father of her kids, right? But we also know that Offset talks unpleasantries about Cardi B, and he does so a lot. A lot of people also insinuated that Offset was feeding Tasha K information. And we don't know if that is factual, but one thing I'm going to say for a fact, and that is Cardi B cannot save Offset. And Offset does not want to be saved because Offset is gonna, say stuff about Cardi B, and he's gonna say a mixture of stuff about her. He'll have his moments when he'll say good stuff about her, and then when you think that, okay, they're getting somewhere, they're getting to a path of peace, then you'll see him saying bad stuff about her. But Cardi B's intent, while it seems as though she wants to just protect the father of her kids, no, she's closing a window of opportunity because Tasha K can talk about Cardi B by way of Offset. And if she doesn't shut that down, Tasha K can be creative enough to use that to get to Cardi B. But Tasha K is not the only one that talks about Cardi B. But what Cardi B is hoping is that she can use Tasha K as an example to other content creators. And will it work? Absolutely not. It's not going to work because Cardi B lifestyle that she lives, it's her business, but of course, it is in the public's eye. And whatever is in public domain, people are going to talk about it. And you may win some cases, sometimes, but Cardi B is not always going to win all the cases. And there's going to be a case that Cardi B is going to lose and lose miserably. And when she does, that is going to be the deal breaker. Also, too, what else do we know? Cardi B does not have any luck with these men. These men consistently humiliate her. We also know that Diggs is going to humiliate her, and he's going to do so repeatedly. So she's going to have Diggs humiliating her, Offset humiliating her, while she is covering them to protect herself. But while she's protecting herself from Tasha K, she's not protecting herself from these men. So while she's covering her assets on one end, she is exposing it on another. And as such, she will always have these battles fighting with. And if she just choose wisely, she would be able to mitigate that. But Cardi B, she's toxic, and that's just the truth, and she loves toxic men. And as such, she will always be getting dragged. She will always be talked about. And I do believe that Cardi B enjoys being talked about, but she wants to control the narrative, and she cannot control the narrative. Well, let me know what you guys think, and we're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.